Hello again, and this is 10.6.3, factoring ax squared plus bx plus c. In this third and final video for this lesson, I want to show you a part that I haven't shown you yet, and that's to divide out a greatest common factor out of the quadratic expression before you start factoring. Here's my example. We have 20x squared plus 5x minus 15. Before I actually go through the process of factoring this expression, I want you to start looking for times where you can divide each of these three terms by a common number or a common factor. You'll notice that this is 20, 5, and 15, and that all three of those numbers have a factor of 5 in common. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this expression by the greatest common factor of 5. So I take out 5 and I'm going to write it like this. I'm going to write a 5 and then I'm going to do a parenthesis, and then inside this parenthesis I'm going to rewrite this new form of this quadratic expression. Okay, so 20x squared divided by 5 is 4x squared. 5x divided by 5 is 1x. And negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. So I've taken out a factor of 5 out of each of these three terms, put it outside the parentheses, and now I have a new quadratic expression inside of it. By doing this, I think that the options of factoring this expression becomes a little bit easier. You have smaller numbers to work with, easier things to come up with multiplication pairs to try to do the factoring that looks like this. Okay, so that's kind of confusing, but hopefully you understand that. So now to figure out how to factor 4x squared plus x minus 3, I wrote out a little something like this down here where I have my 5 and my 2 parentheses. Okay, so like we did in the other videos, you've got to think about what two numbers multiply together to give you the a term, which is the 4 here. So I listed my a factors of 1 and 4, 2 and 2. And you need to think about the factors that multiply to give you 3, which is, well, just 1 and 3. So that's kind of nice. Okay. Now, the other thing to think about is this going to be a plus plus, minus minus, or a plus and a minus type of pair of binomials? And because negative 3 is here, you know you're going to have one being a plus and the other one being a minus. Okay, and because of that, we should probably have two examples down here where one is x minus a number, and oops, I'm having a hard time typing right now, and where the other one is, you know, maybe it's 4x plus a number. Remember, the order does matter. Okay, so let's use the pair 1 and 4 first, and then we'll plug in 1 and 3 here. So these are the different possible combinations that we might get using 1 and 4 for the A and 1 and 3 for the C. And now you have to check, if you multiply these out, do I get this quadratic expression? Alright, so check this one. We're going to really check for this middle term, which is plus 1x. So this is negative 3x plus 4x. That's going to be positive 1x. This is actually the winning combination, isn't it? This one down here, when we multiply those middle terms, I would have a negative 4x plus a negative 3x, which is negative 1. It doesn't quite match. So, congratulations. Our first guess actually worked out this time, and this would be our correct answer, factoring this expression completely. Okay, so just real quick recap. When you have some quadratic expressions, sometimes you have to look for the greatest common factor, look to see if you can divide out a number out of all three terms. We did that, that was the 5. And then you factor what's left in the parentheses, just like you have been in the past. Okay? That gives you a good introduction to 10.6. I hope that helps, and we'll see you soon.